YouTubers. They contribute to society. I feel like a lot of people get depressed as a YouTuber. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's creator burnout, or having millions of fans, or having to deal with controversy and false allegations, or getting doctor swatted, or having your main source of income die because of the algorithm, or having your job revolve around sitting in front of a computer 24/7. But I don't know, man. And not gonna lie, I feel like those are the vibes I get from a lot of the recent popular YouTubers nowadays. So I thought it would be fun to rank some of the most prominent YouTubers now and in the past by how depressed I perceive them to be. And hopefully I'll be so busy thinking about this that I'll forget about my own depression too, but that's probably not gonna happen. First of all, the most popular YouTuber of them all, Jeff24. This guy is a Chinese Minecraft Bedrock player. Now let's rank MrBeast, who is a lot more unknown than Jeff24. MrBeast seems, inhuman, I'm not gonna lie. He strikes me as a man who has sold his soul to the YouTube gods and has every ounce of his personality wiped away from him. And that's actually what happened, by the way. I was the contract. Not gonna lie though, he doesn't seem like he's like depressed, you know? He just seems like fine. I think the best way I could describe him is tired. Just look at those eyes. This is a man who has put his entire life into YouTube and has no other purpose except pumping out videos one by one. This life has tired him out, but he can't stop. He has to keep going because if he stops, what else is there for him in this life? This is all true, by the way. I was his therapist. So I'm gonna put him in a sad tier. He's not quite like visibly depressed, but to me, he strikes as a man who is at least worn out. So yeah, he's in a sad tier. Logan Paul. This is another, you know, pretty popular YouTuber. Jeff24 still beats him though. When I see Logan Paul, the vibe I get from him is kind of similar to MrBeast. Nothing behind those eyes. He just seems like he's living his life. I mean, he basically has everything he could ever want. Fame, riches, millions of subscribers, but I just don't see him as a happy person. He does seem less tired than MrBeast, but I wouldn't say he looks happy either. Imagine making millions of dollars by being completely fake, being the biggest sellout, scamming your audience, and being controversial. His whole life basically revolves around money, and I don't think anyone could be happy doing that. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's still incredibly rich, and he even has a wife and kid that he exploited to advertise his company. So I mean, how unhappy could he be? I'll just put him in the neutral tier. He's just fine, I guess. You know another popular famous YouTuber that's made millions of dollars and also became famous through controversy? EDP Dream. As we all know, Dream made his career for making the epic Minecraft manhunt videos, and then later crashed and burned his entire reputation by cheating, being stupid online, and doing a face reveal. And it was also discovered that he cheated again recently, apparently. Also, birds can fly, by the way. Looking at Dream's recent social media posts, I think he looks alright, actually. Like, I mean, just looking at his face, I can't read any subtle details of pain and suffering. I mean, he looks a little smug, I would say, but I'm not unhappy. If I didn't know any better, I wouldn't think he made his entire career by lying and cheating. Man, I remember experiencing Dream's downfall firsthand. It's sad to see one of your favorite YouTubers slowly revealing their true colors, and their colors are bad, like beige or something. Man, thinking about this man makes me depressed. I'm putting myself in a depressed tier. Okay, this session's been pretty negative so far, so let's talk about a YouTuber that I can actually be positive about. Actually, shouldn't I be staying negative because this video is about depression or something? Whatever. Markiplier. Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. Here's a man that seems very satisfied with his life. And no surprise there too. Somehow this man has managed to stay relevant for over a decade, make some amazing projects, and maintain his squeaky clean image while retaining his passionate fan base. This man is the prime example of a happy YouTuber. In fact, I would even say he's a yippee, because the tier is named Yippee. There you go, my sweet prince. Another very beloved YouTuber is Corey Kenshin. Everyone knows that guy, and I gotta add some diversity to his lineup. Okay, this one is like really obvious. Just look at that beautiful face. How does that not exude positivity in every way? He's just so happy. You know what? I'm adding a new tier, the Corey tier. I'm gonna put him up here to prove that I'm not racist. Another pretty popular YouTuber is Moist Critical, aka the guy who is in the Hunger Games. He's also a pretty OG YouTuber and is still pretty beloved and relevant to this day, much like Markiplier. However, looking at his lustrous face, wow, he doesn't seem to be nearly as happy as Markiplier. Seeing his face, I sense a bit of depression. I mean, I guess there aren't many objective reasons for me to think this way, like he has millions of dollars and he has almost like no controversy, but I just see him and he just doesn't look happy, man. I can't quite put my finger on it. I mean, I could be wrong, or I'm probably wrong for like all of these, but I'm gonna put him in the depressed tier. I just look at him and I don't know, he just looks depressed, man, I swear. And like I said, I'm a therapist, so I know what I'm talking about. Tommy Innit. This is a YouTuber that really doesn't have the cultural impact they used to have. He was super popular during the old COVID days, but now it just seems like he's uploading just for the sake of uploading. If you've seen some of his recent videos, I think it's very easy to say that this man is depressed. Like, it's not even a competition.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel quite overwhelmed with everything.
Okay, if that doesn't spell depression, I don't know what does. Not to mention, he's 22 years old, which is around the time young people really start to become distraught with the world around them as they grow into adulthood. I'm saying this like I'm 60 years old. But yeah, he's a young man that gained an unparalleled amount of fame during his childhood and is now living with the consequences of what that life brought. Or he's depressed because he's not subscribed to me. Oh my gosh, I hate myself. So yeah, I think he's really depressed. Pyro Cynical, another wash gaming YouTuber. Pyro's another pretty OG YouTuber who has also managed to be pretty relevant even to this day. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a pretty big fan of Pyro Cynical's friend Dolan Dark, who makes infinitely better videos. Most of his videos come from his second channel, Pyro Live, where he uploads slop videos. Instant genuine help to you. Looking at this man, why is he sitting like that? He looks like a man who's always on 50 milligrams of Lexapro. On the outside, he may seem okay with his charismatic YouTuber voice, but I can tell deep down inside of him, he's going through it. You can't hide your true feelings from me. I know you're depressed, especially with that atrocious haircut. We'll put him in a really depressed tier. Okay, let's stop being so niche with the YouTubers. We're going back to massive popularity. IShowSpeed. I mean, technically he's more of a streamer than a YouTuber, but shut up. Okay, small tangent. Let me break your mind really quick with a terrifying fact. IShowSpeed is younger than Tommy Innit. Now, I don't know if this fact has the same effect on you as it does to me, but I hate thinking about that. Oh, anyways, honestly, I think IShowSpeed is a happy gentleman. I wouldn't call him a gentleman, actually. Happy man. He just seems like he enjoys his life. Like, I see his recent videos and streams, and he just looks like he's having a great time. And yeah, why wouldn't he? He's a nice guy, and he's able to live an incredibly privileged life compared to what he used to have. You see all of these YouTubers that have already come from a rich family or something like that, and they don't seem very thankful or happy with what they have. You see someone like IShowSpeed who basically streamed his way from literally nothing, and you gotta appreciate how he turned his life around. There's a lot of things you can hate about IShowSpeed, but at the end of the day, I'm happy for his success, and he seems pretty happy with his own. So if you're watching this speed, please shout me out. Into the happy tears he goes. Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat? Who made this list? He does not count as a YouTuber. I'm not ranking this guy. Who else is on this list? Jixie? J-Schlatt. This is one of the creators that I'm actually happy the Dream SMP brought into the mainstream, or kind of at least. Because instead of defining his career based on that, he decided to pivot with the infamous livestream thing that he did where he killed a bunch of people or something. But this video isn't about that. It's about depression. So how depressed do I think J-Schlatt actually is? Get out of the way! Yeah, I think he's depressed, man. I don't know. I think J-Schlatt is one of those YouTubers that had a lot of unhappiness brought upon him because of the YouTube metagame. Similar to MrBeast, J-Schlatt was really caught up with all the YouTube algorithm pleasing grind. I mean, he literally said that in his final video. He literally compared his journey with YouTube to the rat button experiment. So, yeah, I don't think that's the best sign of mental health, I'm not gonna lie. He definitely seems like he's doing better now that he's freed himself from the YouTube analytics grasp. And it's an important lesson for all YouTubers not to get too caught up into optimal performance and graphs and everything, or else you could suffer a lot of personal consequences stemming from the performance of your videos. But yeah, I'm still gonna put him in the depressed tier because he lives in New York. Let's wrap this video up with one more pretty popular person, Ryan Trahan. When it comes to these types of YouTubers, Ryan Trahan is probably one of the better ones. He presents a pretty happy image to his audience. I mean, his whole YouTube shtick is being wholesome and stuff, you know? Not gonna lie though, I look into his piercing blue eyes and I just get the vibe that he isn't as happy as he presents himself as. I don't know, maybe I'm tweaking and he's actually like the happiest YouTuber on the platform, but I just don't feel that emotional connection as much as I do with other YouTubers. Maybe it's because he keeps pushing Joyride propaganda in my face. Stop, I don't care. Neutral tier. He's just aight, I think. And that's all. Wait, there's one more person I forgot to mention. You. If you're exhibiting or know someone who's exhibiting signs of depression, call 988. For real though, if you're feeling depressed, just know that there's always people willing to help. So don't feel ashamed to open up to people about how you're feeling. I'm gonna put you in the yippee tier because I know at the end of the day, that's where you'll end up being. And yeah, that's it for the tier list. If you disagree, go unsubscribe. I'm kidding, don't do that. I know it's pretty short, but I'll make a part 2 if any of the YouTubers I mentioned comments on this video. So basically, I'm not making a part 2. Make sure to like and comment down below literally anything to help boost my engagement. And yeah, Markiplier, please collab with me.